Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. Hope everyone's doing well. And thank you so much for everyone's patience in me getting back to full health. I thought I was going to be able to go on in the morning, but I woke up and I did not feel my energy level was really low and and sinuses and all sorts of stuff. So I wasn't into the place to be able to do readings in a effective way. So we opted out. But hopefully I'll be on tomorrow morning. It all depends. My host, she went to the doctor this morning because she has her, she thought she might have pneumonia or something. So while I was passed out, she went off to her doctor, and her doctor sent her to the emergency room, and she's staying overnight. They're going to do some tests tomorrow to just make sure she's all okay. So when we send love out to start off today, we're going to send some extra love her way. And for anyone else, of course, that needs that in their life right now. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, YouTube is saying that we're live, so that is good. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together to send love out to the world outside of space and time. We can all join together. And I have my singing bowl here. So first, we'll come back to this moment. We'll take a big, deep breath through your nose or mouth, whatever you feel most comfortable. Hold it for as long as feels comfortable, and then release it through your nose or mouth, whichever you prefer. So let's start there. Big, deep breath. Beautiful. I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times, and each time just imagine that love falling into our hearts, filling us up, and then flowing out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in sending an extra little charge, a little spark to my host, she can definitely use it. So we'll do that right here. So here we go. First one. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Put her back here on her perch. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. What else? What else? What else is new? What else is going on? Well, welcome everybody. Good to have you here. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, Johanna, is here. You'll see their names in green with the little badge there. So shout out to you. If you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I have a Zen Cricket level at $2.99 a month, where you get access to our Wednesday night special, where we pull readings and do different things. And then my Praying Mantis members also can attain that. But there's also, for $7.99 a month, you have the Praying Mantis, where you could attend the Wednesday night and the Thursday night. We have 2 nights. And then after each one of these, on Friday and Saturday nights, I also have an hour with them, and on Sundays afternoons too, an hour. So if you're interested, all that information's in the description box down below. But a big thank you to all of you who support me through those monthly memberships, through donating in these sessions, and purchasing any of my other services that I offer, which are all listed down in the description box down below. And then, of course, to my host, who allows me to live in her basement for free. So hopefully I'll be on tomorrow morning. She actually took herself to her doctor's appointment and then to the hospital, so she has the car. So if for some reason she's not able to drive, I might not be on in the morning, and I'll Uber it over to pick her up. So if that's the case. So tomorrow morning, we'll see how things go. But thank you guys so much for all the love, and if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. And how the free readings work, I do go down in order in the chat, first come, first serve. And if you don't want to put your business out there, because all you do is put your question out there, you can ask for a general reading if you don't want to share specifics. And we'll pull cards and see what Spirit has for you. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of those, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those. Usually free readings, a card or two, but I dive deeper for the donations as well. I think that's it. Oh, to make a donation, you can use the super chat, or in the description box of the video, I do have my CashApp, PayPal, Square, and something else, but they're listed down below. Hey, Moonlight 5, shout out to one of my every month I do have 10 winners that YouTube gives me, and so Moonlight 5, congratulations and welcome. It's one of my winners for this month into next month, because I think it was like last Saturday, Sunday, so you'll have 30 days from that date, and then I'll have new ones coming out the first Saturday in September too. So that's probably a week away or so. I'm going to be using this tarot deck, the Enchanted for Haxa Tarot. So that's what I'll be using today as well. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm feeling better and better and better. Just this really kicks your butt. This plague, whatever this was probably a sub variant of the vid that was out there. But that, when people say that it exhausts you, it does. Even though I'm not congested and just a little bit, I think I still have some stuff clearing out in my head. It could be just allergies too, in addition to it all. But it really kicks your butt. So a lot of compassion, extra compassion to anyone that has gone through that or is going through that. All right, well, let's jump in, everybody. Thanks for all the thumbs up, too. That does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami, so thank you guys for that. So up first, we have Johanna. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And let's take a look here. Question. I don't see your question here yet, Johanna. So if you want to throw that out there, we'll prioritize that. And then we'll have Jeep up next. And then the triple threat, Nelia, boom, boom, boom. You'll be up after that. And then if there's no other donations, we'll start on the free readings after that as well. If you see my little cat Shogun warrior, these are my reminder that when humans are in fear, we go into the cat mind and we become a little 5-year-old or 2-year-old or 3-year-old that's, and we throw out our intelligent, loving, compassionate side. And we have a little cat Shogun warrior that hisses and attacks and then hisses and runs away like a ninja cat. But that's why I have a lot of cat ones, is because it reminds me, I love cats too. But I love that analogy. All right. So we'll do some more shuffle, and then just for the sake of time, so Johanna, as soon as you put your one down there, we'll jump into that. And but just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to next Jeep. So Jeep, let's give that a love and a like there. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know about your investment on Monday and the rest of the week. All right. Of course, disclaimer in the description box of the video, I'm not a financial professional, lawyer, counselor, whatever. Of course, tarot is designed for fun, and ultimately everyone has to make their own decisions, et cetera, et cetera. See the disclaimer. All right. Made. We have to say that here in the US. So let's take a look here. So the investment on Monday and the rest of the week. Let's see what they want you to know here about this investment. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Earth, the Seven of Pentacles, which is one of those, what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So that just the underlying energy is telling me it's going to take a little bit to build. It's not going to be like an overnight put on, kind of thing. It's going to grow. Let's see what else we have here, though, too. Well, you have the Nine of Cups, which is a great card to get because it's dreams come true. So I like that you're going to get some benefit from it. This you're going to feel emotional abundance and great feeling around it. Let's see what this other card on the end is here. Yeah, and the Two of Water, the Two of Cups. So I like this energy of the power of emotional choice. And we'll see there's three cards in between these two as well, which would represent, like, to the extent that it happens and how fast it happens does have to do with emotional energy. Are we focusing on, and we talk about this, right? So, broken record, but this is probably more for than just you, because I feel like you know this already, that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And if you focus on the gratitude for what you do have and the abundance you are having in this moment, then that matches the energy and allows more abundance to come in, right? If we're focusing on lack or fear of not having enough or any of those types of things, we draw in that energy. It slows down growth, it limits growth. So I like that. Just kind of a little, just a reminder. Let's see what the three cards are in the middle here. Yeah, so we like this. We got the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. I also feel like there's this energy of, if you have a financial advisor, really just pay attention to what they're saying, because for some reason this is coming through as being true to yourself, but also don't um, don't be stubborn about listening to other people's opinions, other people's information. Just take it as information and allow it to come in. So you have the Four of Water, which is emotional stability, which we already knew that. With you have the Nine of Water, the Two of Water, but the importance of being aware of emotions as you're going through it. If it's if it's setting an alarm on your phone every waking hour that's vibrating so you don't irritate everyone around you, but something that brings your attention back to, where's my emotion, where's my attention, every couple hours, whatever you feel it will allow you to come back to gratitude, I feel is an important piece with this. Because you do have, with the Page of Fire, you hold that power in your hands right there, that you are able to ignite things or suppress things. So it comes back to that you are going to have, with all these cards, it is going to bring you some good results. It's going to take time, but the timing has to do with your energy, and the extent of how it is also has to do with your energy, which is so true. As soon as I surrender and let go of things, that's when floods come in. When I try to control things, it pushes things away. I've learned it in my personal experience and everything else. And even with being sick for several weeks, I'm just like, you know what? I gotta get stressed. I gotta get back. I gotta get back out there. And it's like, rest, rest. And when you surrender, then all this wonderful other things happen. So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps for you there, Jeep. And I thought that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. Good to see you. Then Johanna, I don't see your question yet, so we'll continue on here. So Nelia, hello, hello. I see your free reading, so we will get back to that one. But we'll start with your first donation here with the shades, the cool emoticon. And you want to know a general reading on your life from now to December. Any changes? All right. Etc. Etc. We'll take a look. Let's give these a shuffle. Sorry, I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So from now to December. So September, October, November, December. Well, that's kind of in between. That takes you into December. And then overall, let's take a look here. Well, when you look at the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Hermit card. So it is a transformational type of energy. The Hermit, is about stepping back, allowing spirit to guide us, allow them to take us along the way. They will bring a lot of enlightenment, a lot of things. So self-reflection is a big theme for you for the remaining, I can't believe it's almost September. Can you? But these last 4 months is really going to be just kind of looking at things. And I like that because the nine is also the number of endings and beginnings. It's we start headed toward this end, and 10 is actually the walking out the door and the beginning of the new adventure, but the 9 is like the preemptive decisions. Okay, I'm ending this. Things are transforming. So I do feel like you're going to have some changes. We'll see what comes in here. So for September, you have 3 cards. Yeah, so here is this. You definitely have September is going to be the High Priestess, a month of taking a step back. The High Priestess goes into our High Priestess temple, connects to the higher realms, looks behind the veil, dives deep into emotions, looks at all those things. And this moon is actually really standing out too. So moon cycles in September are important. Really use that release energy of the full moons and the planting of new seeds of the new moons in the month of September. You have, and here's more nines right here. So in this month with the nine of swords and the 4 of swords, there's this ending of some old ways of thinking. The supposed tos and the shoulds and the have tos and the musts. I like that they have the 4 of swords with it, which is peace of mind. So you do face some ways of thinking in the month of September that sets you free. That's what this 9 of swords. It leads you to the 10 of swords, which is like, I've had it. But in the month of September, I feel like there's some things that you just are bubbling to the surface that are coming, these triggers that are happening, these fears that you're getting to the root of and going, one, why am I letting these fears control me? What do I feel I need to fix? What do I need to control? Am I fearing? What are my expectations around something? And there is this clarity that comes in September about a lot of things. I feel like September is the big hermit, really reflection, journaling, and ready to it's like you're just ripe is the word for change, which brings you into October. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is where you ignite some new things. You have the page of Earth, page of Pentacles. So igniting new opportunities in the outside world. And you have the Star card. It's balance, but Star card is also one of the wishes come true. And I feel like what you're doing in September is clarifying, what is my dream come true? Is it if this opinion that's been given to me, But this stepping away and connecting higher during the month of September, I feel really gives you clarity around what your dream come true is. And it can be in a variety of areas. But when you're doing that in September, this October is when you start to put things into action. You start formulating plans, you start taking action on plans, you start making movement. And then November comes around. Yeah, here we go. Ace of Swords. So new communication, new clarity, um, and it is seeing things from a higher perspective. So I do feel like as you're beginning to take steps in October, November, it's like they're showing me, of all things, the story of Moses. Moses, yeah. I always have to remember, not Noah the ark, Moses, the parting of the sea. It was when he stuck his toe in the sea that it parted. It didn't part, and then he took the step. So as you take steps, it parts more and more and more and more as you go down into these new opportunities and this new sea that comes in. So this is you initiating all of this, though. It's not just happening, it's because you have to step forward, right? And then there's November into December, you have this, oh, Elder of Water. Yeah. Speaking of partying of water, you have the King of Cups, who is a great balance between head and heart. And this can mean about yourself, but also is one of my cards of like a very compatible companion coming in. So you might be introduced to someone November going into December as well. And then in December, let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, so you have the Eight of Water, which you are moving away from emotions that don't serve you, relationships that don't serve you. And I like this energy in December because when you're taking an emotional inventory, it means that you're using this energy to connect with someone else, right? And you're stepping into the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. You have movement of thought and belief and mindset, and also the Six of Fire, which is Six of Wands. It's victory and equal attraction. So you have a lot of positive energy that just kind of formulates and comes to conclusion in December. And I like this for you. The Knight of Air was also telling me that you're letting go of some expectations around relationships and on yourself around relationships. That's part of your Eight of Cups energy, that you're going, I don't have to be what everyone else wants me to be. And that person, this very compatible person, you're questioning, why do I feel like that has to be part of this relationship too? And you're letting go of these old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, again, these opinions that are rooted in fear and not in you know connection to your higher heart. So little bit of tidbit, a little bit of each for those months. Hopefully that helps. So that's what they have for that one for you. And then for the number two, you have the little wink wink emoticon there. Thank you for your additional donation. You want to know anything you need to know? All right. Let's take some new energy, and let's see, what do they feel you need to know right now? All right, was anything else? All right, so they do have the Three of Water on the bottom of the deck, which is the Three of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And even the World card is wanting to be um, in the mix here. um, I love the release that comes here because you have the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Wands, which is also about energy and release of fire energy. And with all of this, before we look at these other five cards, this is telling me that there is this new, um, it's like your tribe. Part of what is going on right now for you is the clearing out of friends lists, contact lists, where you're investing your energy, And, this is what leads you eventually to the Eight of Cups. So you're starting to do a lot of that now, but by December, you feel like you have a whole new group of friends and a whole new community, a whole new tribe is is what's happening, and this is the beginning of it. So if you've been feeling like, you know, I have changed, I'm not who, my friends are, and we don't have the same kind of desires and stuff anymore, it's okay to just, you don't have to like send them a cancel notice or something saying our friendship is done. You can just stop investing and back away and just allow it to take whatever course it wants. Or if you're like, no, I'm done, and I'm just going to stop, you know which ones you want, and which ones you want to continue to try to keep for a while. But you're going to have this huge evolution with that world card and the 10 of fire of where you're investing your energy. World card is the last card of the major arcana, which leads to the full card, starting all over, a new adventure, a new journey, something that you don't feel like you have to alter who you are, that you can just be you. And I feel like you will find some really true best friends, at least two, that you just guys feel like peas in a pod. And that's what comes in with that energy here. So I like that. Let's see what else they have here. Yep, Four of Wands, joy, celebration. I feel like part of all this that happens, I don't know if you're going to some sort of wedding or a celebration or anniversary or just some sort of gathering that's coming, is where you start to meet these individuals, and where it really starts to have clarity around, where you're realizing, wow, you know what? I didn't realize how I would shrink around certain people until you are around some individuals where you feel this, not necessarily a permission, but this um comfortability in expressing who you are. And they're like, oh my god, me too. And you're like, what? And you start talking about astrology or whatever. You have these individuals who just click. And I feel like at a celebration is where this starts. Yeah, Queen of Fire, this is allows you to be yourself, allows you to shine, not hold back and feel like you have to be someone else. Look at all this fire, the Eight of Fire, the flow of energy that comes in here. I just feel like you get flooded around these people. And the Seven of Water, Seven of Cups, um, and look at how they're touching the star, they're touching the fire here. I just feel like there's these individuals that you have this natural energy that you connect with, and this is because of past lives. I feel like all these stars, all these cups represent past life experiences. And so when you meet these people, that's where that comfortability comes from, where you're just like, hey, you, it's like a best friend that you haven't seen in 1,000 years. You're like, hey, it's that kind of connection that's coming in here. Yeah. And the Elder of Air, too, which is the King of Swords. There's a lot of clarity and communication that comes in. They're the master of knowledge. And it could be that this takes you into, maybe you're going to be taking a class, maybe this gathering is a class that you're taking, where like-minded individuals, where you meet them. That's very supported here with higher education, higher revelations, or if you're going to school or thinking about going to school. But it is definitely about whoever this is that you interact with. Either is you guys end up taking classes together, you meet them at classes, but you definitely take each other to a higher level because you guys are supporting one another, rather than feeling like you have to, I don't know, shrink in that situation. So I feel like that's what you need to know right now with that one. So let me put the cards back in there. Hopefully that helps and resonates for you. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then Nelia, for your third one, the emoji. You want to know, is anything sketchy going on with L at the workplace behind the scenes that you should know about? Something doesn't feel right to you. Ooh, all right. Let's see what we can get here. Again, let's shuffle these up. Oh my gosh. Just a moment. Cards went flying everywhere. Okay. There must be something going on. Let's see. Get these back in order. I'll be a little more gentle with these. I think I bent a card. Oh no. Come on. Okay. All righty. So let's see what is going on here behind the scenes with L. Anything you need to know, what they want you to know. Okay. All right. Yeah, there must be. Because you got the High Priestess card on the bottom of the deck, who's the revealer of secrets, the revealer of the unknown, which tells me that there is some things going on behind the workplace, some hidden things. And let's see what they reveal here. So you got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water. So this feels like relationship wise, something going on behind the scenes. Let me see what this is here. Yeah, we've got both the Knight of Air and the Knight of Pentacles. So there's going to be some clarity. There is something that's going to be brought to light. And it's been taking time though, something that's been bubbling around below the surface that's coming out. And let's see what this is here. Even the Elder of Water, the King of Cups, which is like this compatibleness here. I wonder if there's been some sort of relationship that's been going on at work that they've been keeping hidden. And yeah, and it feels like there's going to have to be, with this Two of Pentacles, there's going to have to be a decision made about something coming forward. And I don't know if there's this relationship again that it just feels like with this Ace of Water and all this energy that it's been something that's been bubbling and that they've been keeping secret. um so I feel like that's what you're picking up on. I don't necessarily feel like it directly impacts you unless you're interested or they were flirting with you or dating or something, because I feel like there's something like they're having a relationship. It would be like having a relationship with someone in management or somewhere where the HR would be like, no, 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 kind of situation. Like, no, you can't date someone you report to, or because it looks bad, right? Like, why did you get opportunities other people didn't? That's the whole, being in corporate life and at the workplace. It's like, oh God, But I feel like overall that it's okay. Um, it's what's gonna I feel like that's what you're picking up a lot of this energy, because I feel like it is coming out, it is being brought to light, it is under either investigation or it's going to be, they're fearing that someone saw them and now it's going to be brought up, and or something along those lines. But I just feel like there is this fear of that, and so that's the sketchiness part, is that they're keeping this relationship secret when it's not appropriate according to the workplace rules anyway. um so hopefully that makes sense. But all these cards coming in here, you have the Nine of Earth on the bottom, the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me that there's this, you're fine through it all. You are, it's a sign of abundance. It's a sign of that you're okay and solid in the outside world. It's kind of like a dreams come true with the physical world in a way. So it's kind of like, okay. So I feel like they're going to have to face a decision to make coming up. And that's what I feel is where all that energy is that you're coming from. Right. So that is what they have for you. So thank you again for your multiple donations, Nelia. Good to see you. And Johanna, if you are back, don't see a question from you, so I haven't done yours yet. So be sure to pop that down if you are here. And then Moonlight 5, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want just messages from Spirit. Why do you feel so tense? Well, starting off the energy in the planet right now is wow, right? We have a lot of stuff going on with planetary energies going into this age of Aquarius. So I would be surprised if um, anyone isn't feeling kind of this extremity of things, this amplification of things. Let's see what else they want you to know here, too, in addition to the stars. All right. So, what is at the root of this here? Yeah, it's funny because I was just thinking, I wonder if the star card is going to come out. So, right underneath this card on the bottom of the deck, we have the stars. But so there is a lot of energy, a lot of pressure. It kind of feels like, you know how if you ever have a garden hose and you have the hose turned on at the spigot, but the little sprayer's not on, and you can feel the hose starting to tighten and tighten and tighten. Um, that's kind of the energy I feel like is happening on the planet. And so it is pushing us to action. It is pushing us to do things. And the old ways aren't working, and we're getting drawn into new ways, challenging ourselves, needing to move forward. And if here with this Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Earth, the slowest moving knight, I feel like a lot of this tenseness that you're feeling has to do with a little bit of things are not unfolding as fast as you'd like them to. So there's a little bit of um, patience, temperance that's needed with trusting life, and we can get caught into the future, right? There's a great quote from someone, I can't remember who it was. They said, when you're anxious, we're in the future. When we're depressed, we're in the past. But coming back to right now in the moment allows us to be grateful for everything that we do have, and we can come to a place of peace. So let's see what these other cards are that came out here. Yeah. So you have the Seven of Water, which is the all these emotions that are happening again from the stars, right? There's the stars. So there's a lot of emotional energy coming in there. The Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment. So that kind of comes in here. You have the Nine of Earth, Nine of Pentacles. This can be, about abundance. It can be about relationship as well, that these expectations around having enough. you know I read where somewhere once, because I used to play Powerball and lottery and all that all the time. And I read this book, and they were like, look at why you feel you need to win Powerball. And I'm like, because I want to have the security of that I'm going to have enough. And that's really what it is. It's like, wow, it's those beliefs in lack that actually make us want to get more and more and more and more and more. And that can bring a lot of, impatience, that I need it all now, instead of going, I have enough for now. I have more than enough for now. And I have enough for the next moment and the next moment. And then we just keep going on that. And I feel like there's a little bit of anxiety around having enough, or something around lack coming in here, which could be lack of love. It could be lack of abundance in some way. Let's see here. You got three cards that came out separately. Let's see what these are here. Okay. So we've got the moon energy coming into, and we are in Aries energy right now. Let me see where we're at in the moon cycles here. Because we've got here Aries energy today into, so actually right about now we're moving into, the moon is in Taurus. So moon energy, in addition to planetary energies, well, moon is considered a planet, um, really follow the cycles, because we have a couple days of good grounding earth energy, and then we move into really Gemini thinking energy, and then into Cancer, emotional energy. So there's a lot of this being aware of the moon, especially the last couple of days. We went from Pisces over 3 days, which could have expanded a lot of inner emotions, but also this moon energy, which I think you were in our Wednesday night. So we talked a lot about the moon, right? How it impacts our different our depending on what our moon sign is, it impacts us differently. So I feel like, some of the tenseness you might have felt might start dissipating over these next couple of days, because here we're moving into this Taurus love, grounded type of energy that comes in. But pay attention to the cycles of the moon. And yeah, the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles, which has to do with this, energy of stability in the outside world. And there is something that comes in with that too, where there's this when we define our worth by the outside world, we do feel unstable, right? We're taught to define our worth by relationships, situations, and things, and all those things in the outside world are unstable. And so we eventually turn inward and upward to find the only stable thing that's there, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, right? So there is this clarity that comes in. We get tense when we're looking to define ourselves by the outside world because it is so unstable. When we try to stabilize an unstable world, we can't do that. We're not Atlas that can hold the world on our shoulders, right? We can only control what's going on inside of ourselves. So there's kind of this tenseness is pointing you inward. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, to your own fire. With this Queen of Fire, she stands on her own. She steps into her power. Wherever she focuses, her energy is what expands. So you might ask yourself, like, what am I fearing? What am I trying to fix? What am I trying to control? What am I expecting? Those things can really show you where the tenseness comes from. Because tense means we're fearing something, or which means that we're trying to control something because we fear, what it means if we do or don't have that, or doesn't happen within a certain amount of time, and different things like that. So controlling, fixing, fearing, or expecting. And then, yeah, you got the death card coming in here with the Page of Earth. So I don't know if this is about a fear of an ending in the beginning, or a hoping that something will or won't come in here, right? But there is this, ending and beginning that's coming here in the outside world for you. And you might be afraid of this beginning and ending. But what I love about life is that it teaches us, especially with that Four of Pentacles, that I get to choose what something means. I choose the story, I choose the emotion, I choose my energy, I choose my action. And when we believe, and as we all are taught as children growing up, that means this means I'm supposed to feel this way, that means I'm supposed to invest my energy and take these actions. We feel like we're a puppet on a string, right? And we do fear what comes next because we've been taught it defines us and tells us who we're supposed to be and should be. But when we really realize we're the ones that get to choose it all, and everyone's going to have a different idea and opinion in their own head, that's okay. Everyone can have that. Doesn't mean that has to be our opinion. I get to choose. But really connecting with those fears and understanding that, I feel like will bring some clarity around that tenseness. So hopefully that helps, Moonlight. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we've got Jeep, and then Caitlin. I'm sorry, Kaylin, not Caitlin. Thank you so much for your donation on the Cash App. We'll come to you after that. So Jeep, thank you so much for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Siwana, you said you met a job coach on Thursday. What will come of it? Will he help, or will it help you? All right. All right, let's take a look here. All right, let's see what we have here. All right. Well, I like these cards coming up for you. Bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is fruitfulness and abundance. So, oh, you will meet. Sorry. Yeah. So, um, you know, this next Thursday, it feels like it is beneficial. I feel like this is fruitfulness. So that's the underlying energy. So right off the bat, yeah, it's worth doing, and you will get benefit from it. Let's see what else they want here. Yeah, again, I love this how the 2 of fire, they're always bringing you back to your power. And the 2 of fire is whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. So the extent to it, will will be, of course, what you're focusing your energy on. If we're uh, focusing on gratitude for it and the opportunity and higher vibration, then it boom, it really ignites things. Otherwise, it'll help, but to the extent of which it will help would be up to you. Right, yeah, we'll follow up with that additional question here in a sec. Yeah, and again here, Ace of Water and the Magician, all this beginnings, it definitely does help spark things, and it does help you on your path to happiness here with both the Magician. The Magician holds that like the 2 of fire, they hold that magic wand in their hands, right? In the 2 of air, again, power of story. Let's see what these last 3 cards are. Any more choose? Well, you have the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, and then we have the Nine of Swords, which is letting go of the fears, letting go of the expectations. And the Four of Air is the mental stability. It really brings you into this stable place. So, I like this, the Ace of Fire. It's just this reminder, if we focus in on the fears and the lower vibration, we expand it, we expand it, we expand it. But all these twos and these aces, it's all about your power, your beginnings. You hold so much power within yourself that other people, um you know aren't responsible for our lives, right? What we put out is what expands and grows, and the creator is the one who creates things off of our energy. And then um, he is or they are able to move pieces for us based on our energy, but we're the ones guiding it. We're the ones instructing, going, this is what I would like to grow. I would like more fears. I would like more lack. I would like more whatever, right? We're like, no. That's what we're, through our energy and our focus, is what we're telling. It's like if we're window shopping and we're looking at something in a window, and spirit is going, oh, they really are interested in that. It's like someone who was like, oh, how did you know I wanted that necklace? And they're like, well, you just stopped and you stared at it and you smiled and you were like, oh my gosh, so I knew it was something you wanted. Well, that's what our energy does to spirit too. So let's take a look here. You wanted to know, will it help you if you told them about uh Asperger? I think is there. Yeah, you have the Queen of Air, the Queen of Fire, and the Full card. So I feel like it is helpful here because it feels like it opens another path with the Full card, because that's the beginning of um, you know the beginning of the major arcana, which is something free of expectations. And oh, Asperger's. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I feel like it does open opportunities, because I feel like, especially in some countries, that they um it I don't know, it helps, especially, in certain kind of corporations, what they're trying to achieve, where they're trying to go, inclusivity and different things like that. So I feel like just being honest and open with everything is important. And some, they might be like, well, no, we're not supposed to know about that. And like, that doesn't matter, that's not, and we don't look at that. And they're like, okay. But if it's especially if it's this is a job coach, this is someone that could help you. And so I feel like being as honest with this job coach as possible, that they're able to give you tools and guidance more clear, the more you're able to share with them, then the more they're able to help you. So I feel like that's an important thing there. You have all of this power and energy and ability to do things, and so sharing as much as you can with them, I feel is very welcomed with all that. That Queen of Fire, again, putting the wand in your own hands. You're empowered, and because there are certain, we put titles over things, right? They're like, oh, we found, people on different sides of spectrums, different um, mental things and whatever. But a lot of it has to do with astrology. A lot of it has to do with our characteristics. And sometimes someone who has a lot of energy and drive is, diagnosed as hyper when they're young, and they give them stuff to calm them down. And it's like, but that wasn't, their purpose in life was to be this flame and this, and not to be restricted. And so sometimes we can look at titles as being restrictive things instead of going, what are the benefits? Like Rain Man, they could count all of this stuff, count cards, count, figure out stuff, right? So there's benefits. They have talents, but humans will focus on the what are these obstacles it creates, but look at the gifts it brings, and what are the things that are helpful because of it. And we never know, right? So I like that. So that is what they have for you, Jeep Jeep. I appreciate that. And thank you for the additional donation. All right. And then Kaylin, thank you for your donation via Cash App. Long time no see. Hello, hello. Yeah, I was out for a little bit sick, and I am back. Mostly the mornings are still a little tough, so we'll see here. I was able to get on last Sunday, but last Friday and Saturday I was wiped. And then tomorrow morning, I'm not sure what's going on with my host yet. If she's going to be able to drive home safely or not. And if she needs me to, I will Uber over and pick her up. So drive her car back. All right. So let's take a look here. So you're wanting a general reading for you regarding your kids' finances, health, love, and housing. All right. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about all of the stuff. So kids, like finances, health, love, and okay, now this one for housing. So let's pull a card for each one. Give you the general over these. Yeah, you've got here underneath, you got the Elder of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles, which is, um, this kind of abundance of the outside world, right? There's this, fullness. So I like that in this moment you have everything that you need, and I love that kind of energy. Sepsis and pneumonia. That's what she thought she had, pneumonia, but I think they rolled those out. They're doing some other tests. So I'm glad you're getting better. I think I had a strain of the vid, because it just wipes out your energy. You feel like you're gonna, like, I'm gonna have energy, and then the next moment it just drops, and you're like, maybe not. So hang in there. Much love to you. All right. So kids, let's see what they want you to know about kids. Three of Fire, Three of Wands. Now the Three of Wands is this, I don't know, do you have three children? Are these like three fire signs? But there is this the Three of Fire, Three Wands energy is about, with new information, you take some different directions with them. And I just feel like you're learning and growing a lot and understanding them a lot more. And I feel like there is an important revelation. And I don't know, I feel like you're going to spend some quality time with each individual one. And you know, to this I don't know, just asking them more questions about really finding out what they want with their lives and some things like that. 3 girls, 3 boys. Oh my gosh. Talk about all of that. Woof. I just feel like you're this new information is like you're getting to know them in different ways and just really finding out, what is it? Who are you? What do you want in life? What brings you joy? What do you want to do with your life? Not like putting pressure like, what are you going to do with your life? But like, what's your dream? What's your dream? And I feel like that you take different directions, different approaches, realizing that each and every one is different, right? Everybody has different love language. Oh, he just went 3 hours away to college too. Wow. Yeah. So I just feel like you're getting to know them all differently and not trying to put them all into a box that you're realizing. I think it was a pastor way, way, way like decades ago. He had I think he had 3 or 5 children. I think he had 5 children because he realized, especially when he read like the 5 languages of love, that each of his children were different. We're all different. So he adjusted how he interacted with each of them because he was like seeing them from different perspectives and realizing that the one likes like wanted time with him, quality time. The other was like, no, I don't want time with you. I want, you know, gifts for me or you know, telling me you love me, or I just need you to hug me. Don't tell any other stuff. I just need every day you need to give me a hug before you go off to work or before I go off to school or before I go to bed. And you really are. Yeah. So I feel like this is important and it's very supported and I love that. And you definitely will adjust things because of it. And then the other thing was finances. We have the sun. So I feel like finances are going to be really highlighted and coming in here for you too. So I like this for you. You do have this it's the bright shininess. It's one of the most beneficial and flowing cards. So especially with that King of Pentacles, the Elder of the Earth, I just feel like finances are going to be highlighted here in the very near future. I just feel like you're going to be getting, wonderful differences and adjustments to income in positive ways, um, even tax breaks, and it just feels like different things that you're going to be getting that are unfolding that just bring in more abundance for you. So I really like that. I know, right? Yay! Health. Now, disclaimer: I'm not a, of course, licensed practitioner, health practitioner, finance, lawyer, any of those things. See the disclaimer in the description box of the video. Of course, tarot is made for fun. So, health wise, here you got the Two of Earth, the Two of Pentacles. So, you do have some choices that you can make differently regarding your health. Whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. But when we get the Two of Pentacles, this is about physical, different choices in the outside world, whether it's what we're eating, how we're exercising, any kind of things that we're doing to our bodies, you know, inward, even what we're looking at, what we're smelling, what we're listening to, our stress level. It's the power of choices going on with your health. So I like that kind of energy because they're like you have choices that you make, and I loved once I read somewhere, and I can't remember where right now, but they were like, if you truly love your body and you start living like you love your body, you just start acting differently toward it. Not because you're feeling pressured or expectations, supposed to, shoulds, and all that. But just because you're like, body, I love you. I'm not going to poison you anymore. I'm going to start giving you things that are help you rather than hinder you. And I like this kind of different approach to that because that's, different. Oops. I was going to say cigarettes, but I didn't want to, no judgment. But it's for you. When you do it for you, it's different. When you're doing it because you feel you have to or supposed to, we don't do it. When you're ready for yourself, then of course that's when you change that, right? And then love, let's look at love here. So you have the 5 of Pentacles. So, with the 5 of Pentacles, that's telling me that there are some beliefs below the surface. And if I haven't shared it with you before, or whoever this resonates for, if even if I have a little short video around the 6 of Pentacles, which comes after this, after the 5 of Pentacles. Imagine that. 6 comes after 5. But this is about getting into, even though consciously I'm like, I want love, I feel like I deserve love. We might even be telling this in our conscious mind, when subconsciously below the surface, we've got this energy of our little inner child learned when it was 7 years old and younger that, I have to give so much to deserve so little. And so we become these codependent enablers where we give and give and give until we're resent or exhausted. And then we continue to give until we're resentful, right? So I feel like that might help if you look at those, because it's like there's these force fields that keep things away that our little inner child is in charge of. Even if I think I deserve it, my inner child be like, no, you don't, not yet. You still have to give 1,000 love coins before you deserve one. And this is about bringing that giving and receiving to equal instead of way outrageous, because it didn't know any better. It just thought that seems fair. I give you 1,000 and I get one. So, so I would take a look at that, because looking at that and transforming that helps allows abundance to come in, but it allows love to come in too. So I like that. And then lastly, we talked about, say I lost my place here, housing. So let's take a look here. You have the 9 of air, the 9 of swords. And this is about letting go of the fears. This is nightmare and insomnia. You know, so part of letting go of expectations, this is endings and beginnings, part of the transformation that happens. Again, this 5 of Pentacles would be like, do I deserve more, better housing? But it's like the 9 of swords allows us to really face those fears, look at those fears and go, what am I fearing? And when we bring these fears from darkness into light, it kind of, we realize how small they really are. But when we keep them in the darkness, then that makes us, the monsters seem so much bigger and more real until we take it out and we're like, oh, that's a puppet. Or if you've ever, if you've ever done this where you have like a robe or a shirt and you hang it like on your doors open, and you hang it there to finish drying or whatever. And then you go to sleep and you forget that it's there, and you wake up in the middle of the night and you see it, and you see this shirt or this robe in your doorway, and you're like, and you think it's like someone here to murder me. And then you turn on the light and you're like, oh, that's right, it's just a shirt. There's this relief of around housing as you bring the fears up that help transform it. And the big thing that happens with that, the more we relieve our fears, the more we stop focusing on our fears so much, and we begin to have gratitude about what we do have, and all those things. That allows that allows our energy to match that and draw those things in, rather than focus on the fears, which expands that instead. So hopefully those help there. A little quick bam, 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 bam. But that's what they have for you, Kaylin. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Woo woo. You're very welcome. All right. So did that one. And Johanna, if you are here, I know you're on the other side of the world. You might be sleeping. I didn't see your question yet. So as soon as you ask that, we will do that one, but we'll continue down the list. So we've got Infinity. And then, yeah, Jennifer, I do see yours came through Z PayPal. So you'll be up after that. All right. Oh, I turned off my timestamps. Hold on a sec here. Let me turn those back on here. All right. So Infinity is up next. Hello, hello. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. All right. So, are you and Al going to be together romantically? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, let's see what's going on and what else they want you to know here. All right. And that one there. All right, what do we have here? So, what is all this about? Let's take a look and see what is in here. You know, I with all the energy of all the cards coming in here, I don't feel like if you guys are, it won't be for very long because you've got this Eight of Water, the Eight of Cups, which is this is on the bottom of the deck, walking away from emotions that no longer serve and taking like an inventory of your emotions, where you're investing your emotional energy, what emotional energy is being used to suppress old emotions. And um and I just feel like there is this transformation that happens. The reason why I don't feel like it'll be for very long is because I'll look at some of these other cards, but the last three cards show me you've got the Temperance card. So maybe I'll do it this way so you can actually read them. Got the Temperance card and the Page of Cups. So there's like this um, Temperance is like the slow progression. It's there's this going back and forth and this kind of energy of patience. But I feel like with all of there's a lot of flowy energy coming in here and new birth of things that I feel like you wait and you're just like you're not getting that what you need from them and in the timing, and you just realize, you know what? I am the one that's putting a lot of energy toward this and wanting to do something, and you just feel like, all right, you know what? I this they're not for me. There's someone else for you, right? And this is why I feel comes in here, and this is making sense as they're sharing this. The last card you have is the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Air. And this is about, like the Eight of Water, but this is letting go of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that used to keep you blinded and feeling trapped and restricted and small. And I feel like as your mentality, your mindset about yourself is changing, that what you would accept before is out the door. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna have to use that. What you accepted before is out the door, and you're not going, no, normally that would be enough, and I would be like pine after someone and go, oh, look, they smiled at me. They must love me. You're like, you know what? Their actions are not showing me this, and I'm not gonna, look at this through these. I'm taking off these rose-covered glasses and go, psh, psh, and going, I'm seeing things as it really is, and you're like, okay, if they're not interested in me, that's not about me. Just means they're stupid, and that's okay. Thank you for showing me that, right? Because I'm not going to invest my energy again. This I'm not going to invest my emotions into someone and something that doesn't. It's a it's not a good investment, right? It's cost benefit analysis. I'm not getting back, and I don't think that is. So thank you for showing me that there's someone else that's more in alignment with me down the road, which I see here because I feel like you meet here the King of Pentacles, someone who's a little older than you, um, and has this strength, this maybe they are a earth sign because they have a very strong foundation in the outside world, and we're looking and having this connection to the outside world where it's like they they're very wise in the ways of the world, so they have this strong foundation and they have all this, right? And the reason why I see that, because you also got the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like a divine counterpart. Someone, I love the statement that we deserve to be someone like us. And that's not in a sarcastic way. You deserve to be with someone like, it's like someone who's giving, someone who's caring, who really pays attention to detail, who remembers things, where, instead of going, I've told you 10 times, um, someone gives you a little gift and you're like, how did I tell you that I like these? And they were like, yeah, you remember on, the first conversations we had, I remember you said that. And you only said it once and they remembered it and they do something. That's what you deserve. And that's who comes this way. And I like that. And here, yeah, the Six of Pentacles, equal giving and receiving. So I don't feel like you guys will get together romantically, because I don't feel like they're going to um I don't know. Not that they won't measure up. I just don't feel like it's a good match. It's not someone who can keep up with what you're able to give, and that's who this King of Pentacles is someone that can give equally as well. So I like that. You hope so. But and then also with the Six of Pentacles coming out, I just shared the if I haven't shared the Six of Pentacles with you before, it's something to look at, because the more we can make sure that our own excuse me, rate of exchange that we give to people, um, that it's equal, and we don't have this outrageous, we have to give 1,000 love coins to feel like we deserve one back, or even 100, or even 10. We want 1-to-1, right? So might be something just to look at and sit with that card coming up in regards to that, because if our inner child doesn't feel like we deserve to have that King of Pentacles, it's going to keep them at bay until we do, right? Excuse me. So that's what's coming in for you, Infinity. Thank you again so much for your donation. Really appreciate that. Right. And then, so Jennifer, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. And for any of the free readings, I have not gotten to any of the free readings yet. This is the last donation so far. And then I will go to the top of the free readings and start working my way down. And yeah, Alma, anyone can ask a free question if you guys want them prioritized. I'll be on for just a little less than another hour. And so I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. But if you do want yours prioritized, donation of any kind will prioritize it, and I'll dive deeper. Free readings is usually 1 to 2 cards, but as you can tell, I dive deeper into the donation readings as well, just to honor that energy, and I also prioritize those. All right. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. I'll take all the healing vibes. I'm getting there, and you make like 5 leaps forward, and you take a little leap back, and then 5 leaps forward. So I'm getting there, but I tell you, that the plague kicks your butt. And I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So Jennifer, let's take a look here. All right. And then on your donation is where you have your request. Great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your generous donation. I appreciate that. And let's dive in here and see. So, love reading regarding that individual, just in case you don't want their name out there for some reason. All right. Sorry, I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Ooh, spirits. I feel like I saw it again. Maybe there's a bird or something. Who knows? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is happening. Okay, so these 3 go together with that one. All right. Well, I like the bottom of the deck. You have the Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups, which is a card of romance and movement of emotion. So that is good. So there is going to be some emotional alteration, some progression that comes in with that. And it's usually out of the four knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest. The Knight of Wands is the knight on fire. It's the horse on fire, the fastest, right? Because it's rushing off to put its bohiney in some water. But then you have the Knight of Cups and Knight of Swords, which is the heart and mind. Those move kind of quick, right? Because the heart can change from one moment to the next. So it is fast progression. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what these other cards are that came out here. So you have the Knight of Air. So speaking of the other fast movement, so there is some new communication that will be coming in regarding this too. So we like that. The Knight of Air is like this quest of clarity, this movement into clarity that comes in around your romantic relationship and the love between you two. So I like that there's going to be, I feel like, verbalization, because swords also rolls over speech. And I kind of feel like if they haven't said it or don't say it enough, I feel like they're going to express their love to you very soon here as well. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Hermit. So you might have been felt like there's been this kind of stepping back and this distancing, um, a little bit. And they've been doing a lot of inner reflection. I feel like these next two cards will tell us what this inner reflection is about. But I imagine here with the Knight of Air, they're really looking through these fears that they have around relationship, and that's been holding them back. And kind of, there's this feeling of being at a crossroads, and it's like, I've either got to, I don't know why they would say it this way, I either got to man up or I need to let you go because you deserve that. And if I can't open and be vulnerable and open my heart, then I that's not fair to you. I like that about him. It's not like a little, it's not like, how sometimes people who are narcissistic will be, oh, for you, because I don't want to hurt you, I'm going to go do this. Like, no, you're just selfish. But you know. But that's not them. This is trueness that they would. I like their heart. They are truly chivalrous, right? I kind of feel that kind of energy. Virgo, big thinkers too. That makes total sense there. So let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, nine of water, nine of cups. So they are really making sure that, this is the clarity. These nines, the Hermit's card, the nine, and then the nine of water. Nine of cups is usually dreams come true. What does it mean for a dream to come true? And I feel like this also goes over this analysis that they do. Sometimes they go into analysis paralysis, and they spend so much time up here, but they're like, I don't want to fail. This is one of their fears, that I would fail you, that I wouldn't be able to have your dreams come true. What are your dreams? I don't know what your dreams are. I want to blah 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 blah. There's like all this deep, deep thinking that's coming in here. Oh my gosh, can't make this up. And the nine of air, which is nightmare and insomnia and a lot of fears. So exactly as I said, that these are the things that why they've been feeling kind of distant and disconnected, is they're really evaluating all their thoughts, all these emotions, making sure this is what it is, because I I feel like they are aware that I don't want to say their time is running out, but that um, they've been gone too long, right? Like they've been in this for too long, that it's almost like when you're standing, looking at, like, trying to decide between two things, and you're like, well, I like that because of blah 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 blah, and I like that because of blah 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 blah, blah, I like that because of blah blah blah, but I like that because of blah blah blah, and they're going back and forth. At some point, you're like, all right, I'm investing too much energy and thought into this. I'm overdoing it. I'm overthinking it, and I feel like they're getting to that point here. So I feel like that's why they're, because they're distracted, and it might seem, and maybe not distant, maybe distracted might be a more accurate word, but it's because they're, but I feel like they're about to return. Let's see what these other cards are here, because we've got three cards, like we got three cards and then one card on top. Let's see what the three cards on the bottom are first here. Yeah, yeah. So I see here. So we have here's that Knight of Earth. So you got three of the knights. This is the slow moving one. This is like what I was talking about, where they feel like I've been taking too long on this, right? It's like, all right, it's time for movement. They got the four of air, which is the four of swords, mental stability. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. And this elder of water, which is the king of water, that's like the for me, it's one of those compatibility partner cards where it's like they decide here and they have peace of mind that, you know what, I can, I can make you happy. I will not fail you. And I feel like that's kind of the man up kind of energy. Let's see what this other card is here. Yeah, the strength card. They can face any demon. They're strong enough, they're able to, face this and move forward here. So I like that they're like, I could whatever demon or dragon comes our way, I can overcome it. So I like this energy coming in, and I feel like they just been taking this time to really decide that. But I feel like it's coming in here like very soon with that Knight of Cups and the Knight of Air being the first two that came out. So I like that for you. I feel like I also want to pull an oracle card here for you. Let me just put these cards back in here. I know, right? I understand that, Jennifer. It's like, woof, Virgos, of course, are ruled by Mercury, and of course, moving into their season too. So, but they're can be very grounded with their energy, but they can almost look for too much security before they'll leap into things too. That's why they overthink things a lot, is that they want to, I got to make sure I won't fail. It's like, but I understand. I am a air sign sun, so I totally get it. I'm like, I know. Aren't you an air sign? I feel like I don't know why. I feel like you were a Libra or an air sign. I just feel like there's something coming in. Let's see. Yep, unfinished symphony. Got the number 10. I like this. So let's see what it brings in here. I like this. So this is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or a skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. These do come with a relationship, prosperity, and protection message. I'll read the relationship one in here in a sec. Oh, Aries, fire. Yay. Um, so I feel like an important piece of this also is the reason we experience slowness is for us to reflect on ourselves, right? To look at and question our own thoughts and stories that restrict us and make us feel small, and expectations and those kinds of things, right? The emotions from the past, these things that we can release, energy, physical things, gives us time to like purge and let go of a lot of stuff that no longer serves us, mental beliefs that were created to keep us feeling safe and in control in the past that aren't not needed anymore. It's like on steps when you have baby gates. Well, when you're a baby and young children, that's important. But when you're a teenager or an adult, they're just obstacles. Those things can be removed. That's kind of what's coming in here with that kind of energy. But the relationship message says, Moving on is difficult when love lingers, things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. So these can be past emotions from the past, is what they're focusing on, not your relationship with this new person. You can not new, but newer. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if you need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So that is this energy of, and this is to allow this new love to blossom even more, is to clear away this old stuff that is hindering you from moving forward into this. So all this time that's been given is to give them time to get to where they need to be, but also for you. So letting go of some emotions, some old emotions, unresolved emotions that no longer serve. So if you sit with that and just go, okay, what's there? Allow spirit to bring it forward and do what you need to do for the release, right? Um, because that energy that's bubbling below the surface, that's taking up energy that can be invested into your future relationship. And if we're keeping it down, that takes a lot of energy to keep that below the surface, like trying to keep a beach ball or a basketball or something below. It takes a lot of energy. Let go, it fires off, right? So it takes a lot of energy to keep those old emotions down. And I like that for you. So hopefully that helps. Jennifer, thank you again so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. And I'm excited for this coming forward here for you. All right. You are very welcome. Thank you. All right, and welcome. I see some new people, new subscribers coming in. Thank you guys so much for being a new subscriber. I just finished up donations, so I'm going to go to the top and start with the free readings. I'll be on for about 30 more minutes or so. And so, whatever free readings I'll try to get through this evening. And if anyone wants theirs prioritized, you can make a donation of any kind. You can use the super chat down below or any of the 4 other mentioned in the description box of the video. I don't have a set dollar amount because I know everyone's finances vary. So you can do that if you'd wish. So thank you guys again so much for your patience. So JJJ, you are up first for the first free reading. And you want to know the Osaka 5-11 job. How hard will you think it would be? All right, let's take a look here. And all right. So, you have the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. So you would do well at it. This is new birth, harvest, solidness that comes in here. And the Three of Swords is, it is our fear, expectations, heartache, disappointment kind of card, which tells us that there would be some things that it wouldn't turn out to be exactly as you would want them to be. But I like that they had the Queen of Pentacles because it's like it's going to be some work because of you're going to have to overcome some fears, overcome some obstacles with that Three of Swords. But ultimately, with the Queen of Pentacles, you do it and you feel abundant. You have this growth. It's a growth card. And that's where growth happens. Growth doesn't happen in comfortability. We wish it would. That would be awesome. But growth happens in uncomfortability. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, JJJ. Right? So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got morning. So morning, you're like a general for next week with career. So what does Spirit want you to know about next week regarding career? So It's like two of water here. You have the two of cups. It's the power of emotional choice that comes in. There's important partnerships that can be grown here over this next week because the two of cups is about partnerships. It doesn't need to be romantic. It can be work related, friends, family, bosses, coworkers, whatever. But I feel like next week is an important week for you to do that and to be aware of your emotional choices that we're taught a lot that when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, the story I'm supposed to put to it, and this is how I'm supposed to feel about it. But it's like kind of like taking the high road in a way, but it's like I'm going to choose a higher vibration going, you know what? I can take the victim role if something doesn't turn out or like someone gets a position or someone says something, I can take it going, "Oh, we come down here to experience victimhood, right? Why did they say that? This means this about me." And and we can go, "Why is this happening to me?" Rather than taking the higher vibration going, "Why did I want this to happen for me?" Realizing that nothing happens by accident. Everything that does happen is for us. We grow through things, we're diverted through things and going, okay, so that didn't work out. And I understand this isn't, I'm not using this, whatever unfolds to define me. I'm choosing a different route. Because of that, it creates a different type of relationship with you and someone else. And I feel like if someone provides you feedback or tells you you didn't get a position or something like that comes around, that how you respond to it instead of reacting to it, they're like, wow, look at your growth. And most people like freak out about this, but you were like appreciative for it. And they're like, hmm, like in a management material, that's what I see in my head is like, yeah, if you can choose to do this, that's different. And that's leadership. That's what we need, right? I can see you have leadership qualities. That's the kind of thing that I feel is coming in for you right now here, morning, if that makes sense. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So we've got here Mika Khan. So will you get a job offer from N or A? You probably meant or none. So let's take a look here. We'll just do one and two. Okay, well, we just need one or two. They'll tell us if they are or not. So N, you have the Queen of Fire, which does show that there's great possibilities here. This is the power of choice. She holds the magic wand. And if you focus on gratitude, it's like there's this energy around opportunities that if I focus on my fears of not getting it or lack or whatever, my energy pushes stuff away because my energy is saying, I want more of this. I want more lack. I want more fear. I want more rejection or whatever, right? And so our energy has those things happen. But if I focus on gratitude for all the jobs I've had before, what did I love about them? What are the experiences? What do I love about life? When we raise our love vibration and our vibration to unconditional love, enjoying laughter and gratitude and peace, we draw in things that match that. When we focus on lower vibration, that brings it in. That's what this Queen of Fire shows. If you don't feel like you're worthy of job N, you won't get it. But if you're like, what, I have gratitude. Thank you for opening this position. If it's for my highest good, I give it to you, Creator, and I'm excited. And I'm so grateful for all these other jobs you gave me and all these other experiences. I loved that about that job. I loved that about that job. Really changes things. So there is great possibilities for N. A, yeah, again, power of choice with the chariot and movement. So both of these tell you that there is a possibility, but it has to do with your choice, right? Every moment we have a choice between higher vibration or lower vibration. The stories we apply to the moment, the emotions, our energy of attraction, and our physical action, everything puts out, all those things put out energy and it attracts like attracts like. So great possibilities for both, but it has to do with your energy, right? I like it. It's very empowering. All right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Ooh, I think I heard some thunder. And then Samuel, hello, hello. So, will you get the answers and clarifications from your brother-in-law soon? What you're looking for? You were guiding him. Also, will he call you soon? And you're waiting for his call. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So you got the Six of Pentacles. This is this giving and receiving type of energy here. It is a card of abundance. It is a card of receiving. So I feel like you will. I did post earlier a link to my Six of Pentacles video that I have around the worthiness and giving, and because because that's I can want all I want, but if my inner child below the surface feels I have to give so much to deserve so little, that delays things to it. The forest field that keeps things from coming in. So I would really take a look at that video. I posted it down below, and I'll post it again right now, just in case anybody else, just for ease of use, in case you can't see it for some reason. I'll post it right now as well. So be sure to check that out because I feel like that will help bring things in faster. Otherwise, I feel like there's just something that's keeping these answers away from you, and it has to do with stuff that's going on inside. Right. So that's what they have coming in. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Day Sturgis. So whatever comes out, let's take a look here. All right. So we got those. Is there a card? Oh yeah, that's one I just put in there. All right. So, wow. You've got the Nine of Water, which is like dreams come true, especially emotional dreams come true. And you got the Knight of Fire, which is the fastest moving knight, but it's also they're on a quest for their fire, their passion. And I feel like right now that you're kind of in this reflective state to go, what is it that I truly want to do? I feel like there's just this kind of nudge from spirit to go, what is your why? Do you remember your true north? The north on the compass where you're like, okay, why am I doing what am I doing? Are these things matching up to my dream? Or, we tend to drift off course. This is what this life does. We get distracted by bright, shiny things or trying to do too much. And then people come in, make demands, life makes demands, and then we get off track and we're investing all this energy in something that's not our dream. And we're like, why am I doing this? And I feel like this is a good reminder from spirit just to go evaluate, are the things where you're investing your energy in your life supporting your dream? And if it's not, maybe consider letting things go so you can reroute that energy into things towards your dream. So I feel like that's what's coming in for you right now. So that's what they have for you, Day Sturgis. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Swarupa Bobby, you are up. So you want to know CH's current feelings for you. All right. Let's take a look here and get these two coming in here. All right. We got the Six of Water, which is this energy of like past life connection. So there definitely is some this bubbling emotion below the surface, which they're like, what is this about? I feel like you kind of feel it and you know it, and you felt this connection before. But this Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them and relationships that don't serve them. And I feel like they're kind of involved in this. I don't know if they just feel emotionally exhausted, but there's this emotional flow where they are doing like an emotional inventory. Where am I investing my emotion? What am I doing? I don't know. I just feel like they are pulled in so many different directions that, again, emotional exhaustion, where they just don't feel like you know, I don't know, that like they can't focus. So I feel emotionally confused. And I feel like this is what they're doing is they're trying to figure out, what am I feeling, for who, for what do I need to let go? What relationships and friendships and family do I need to cut off? And what emotions are bubbling below the surface? So there's a lot of flow of emotion with the 6 and the 8s here. So I do like that. Um, and there is a lot of emotion, but I just kind of feel like they're right in the middle of this emotional confusion. Like between the 6 and the 8 is the 7 of cups, which is emotional confusion, which is what I'm feeling and seeing a lot of. But I like this progression. It doesn't mean like they're just starting it. It means that they're in this change and they're thinking about things. So they do have emotion below there for you, but they have so much going on. It's like an emotional storm happening. So it's they have a lot of lack of clarity around their specific emotions at this time. So hopefully that helps, Swaroop. I know, probably doesn't. I know. Not what I wanted to hear either, but it's there, right? At least you know that there's emotions there just trying to figure everything out. All right, so many blessings. And then Jean XO, hello, love. And then you want to know what are Taurus's thoughts and feelings towards you? Sure. And then the underlying energy. So thoughts, any feelings? All right. Underlying energy, you got the high priestess. So there's a lot of hidden and unknown things, right? The high priestess brings a lot of that. She also steps back and looks deep into, um, connecting to the higher realms, looking behind the scenes, diving deep. So there's kind of this huge inner reflection coming on their part, what's going on with them. But I just feel like I don't know if you feel like they've kind of stepped away. That's usually what happens. They go in their high priestess temple to really reflect on things. Thoughts. Let's see here. We got the Council of Monarchs, which is the Hierophant. Not the Hierophant, sorry, the Emperor with the number 4 in the major arcana, which, the Emperor rules over all 4 of those individuals. But the Emperor they're trying to decide mentally, what is it that I do want, right? And then once they decide that, they're trying to get out of their head from all this, all of the supposed tos and should be's and need to be's and have to be's of all these advisors. So they're trying to sort through all this confusion and trying to decide what it is that they truly want. And then once they decide, they will take action and movement, but they're in that process, especially with that high priestess, both of those coming in. Emotions, you've got the 7 of water. Yeah, so a lot of emotional confusion with the 7 of cups, trying to figure everything out. Too, so it just feels like they're kind of just trying to get clarity around things in their life and to really, um, you know, understand what it is they want. And then, a Taurus is a bull. Once they decide, it sees red and it goes, right? But right now, it's like, I don't know. What do I want to do? And that's what's happening right now. So that's what they have for you, Gene. Yay! Right. So that's for you. So many blessings to you. Right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So Lucky, hello, hello. So, and I think, did you clarify down here? Let me just make sure. Yeah, rephrased. Are there any serious concerns related to your current status in the health department that you should know about? Okay, let's take a look here. Any serious concerns? You've got the judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you into like something that's more in alignment with your higher calling. The bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Water, the Ace of Cups, which is like a new happiness, a new something that's in alignment with your heart. You've got the Judgment card, which is double endings and double beginnings, but this is your soul calling you to somewhere else. So I don't feel like there's concerns related to your current status, but I feel like this is all happening here to make you question, am I doing what I'm loving to do? And if it's still within health and within all of that, it might be like, you know what? I would be okay if something happened because this is really what I want to do with my life, but I'm so comfortable financially, emotionally, and blah, 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 whatever with what I'm doing, that I don't want to leave it unless I'm forced to. And I don't feel like you're going to be forced to, but I feel like this is all happening to really shake and rattle you a little bit to make you wonder, what if? What if this happened? What would I want to do with my life? Hmm. And I feel like even if it's altering course, going into a different type of department, leading something new and different, that's supported with this. I don't feel like there's serious concerns coming up though, but I do feel like there is this calling that's calling your soul is calling you to a different higher place, if that makes sense. Right. So that's what they have for you, Lucky. So many blessings to you. And then Danny Baby, hello. So you'd like to get a reading of how Rashad feels for you now. You told him you can't trust him. Oh, that's always encouraging, right? That makes them want to love you even more. I know, I know. Oh well, I just put this back in and it opened up here. So this is the judgment card here. In this case, I don't normally read it this way, but they do. They feel judged. They feel like I don't know, that's what happens is we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so from their perspective, they do feel judged. They do feel less than. And if they're like, if someone says, I don't feel like I can trust you, then that is not like encouragement to want to gain your trust. It just sends them in the other direction. So I do feel here with two X's, double endings, double beginnings, that, that I definitely feel like they want to retract and go a different direction because they do feel, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be, if you feel this way about me, if you can't trust me, then um, that's the foundation of a relationship. Then relationship is over. And I kind of feel like that's the energy where they're coming from on that, Danny, which is all right, because if you can't trust them, I know when in my first relationship, when they betrayed my trust, they tried for a year to gain my trust back, and after that they were like, what, how will you ever trust me again? I go, that's a great question. I sat there and I said, this was like back before cell phones. I was like, this was like pager days, when usually drug dealers are the ones who had pagers, or big businessmen. I would say, do you have to carry a pager around? As soon as I called you, you'd have to contact me. We'd have to have a private investigator following you 24 hours a day. And it seemed ridiculous, but I'm like, for me to trust you ever again, that is what would have to happen. And that was like the made me realize, what's the use of the relationship if I can't trust, right? Because I would give trust until it's broken. People usually don't have to earn trust. I give it up front until you give me a reason not to. And I kind of feel like you're that same way. And what's the use if you feel you can't trust them? For me, it was my insecurities. And I learned through many untrusting relationships that this had to do with me and mirrors showing me what I want to see about myself, right? So I feel like their feelings are, but they were a mirror to show you so you could look at, where are these trust issues? Who betrayed me in the past? Why do I define myself by their actions? Some good clarifying questions there. All right, so that's what they have for you, Danny baby. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then Rhonda. So what's coming for you this next week that you need to know about? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what is coming in here. All right. So you have the Four of Pentacles here and the Elder of Air, which is the King of Swords, the big thinker. A lot of clarity coming in to your week next week about the foundation of home. And actually, I feel like there's going to be some communication coming from where you feel home is, that changes and brings enlightenment and clarity for your life. Because I'm really feeling like this homeness card that comes in. And, even the Hierophant came out of the deck, which is, um, you know, clarity of purpose, capital T truths being revealed. So I feel like there's something, whatever home feels like, I just feel like there's going to be something that's happening that's going to bring you clarity about your path going forward and what you're doing. You might even be called home. Um, and I just feel like it's the pivotal point of something opening up in your life. It's like a change that's coming in, wherever this feeling of home is. I feel like you're being called to it, where, like I said, wherever that may be. So I feel like it's important for you to know and to step back and just realize, what is the capital T truth of home? Not like home physical place, but the place that feels like home. And what is that? Sit with that. And then I feel like that clarity comes in. It gives you a renewed purpose to start finding out, how can I get there if you're not there already, which I don't feel you are otherwise. Maybe you are. Maybe you realize I am home, and then it changes your attitude about things. But I feel like it's more, it feels like home is somewhere else, if that makes sense. Right. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda. Rhonda. Many blessings to you, my dear. Right. And then Grace is up next here. I'm going to be on for about 10 more minutes. I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. If you do want yours prioritized here in the next 10 minutes, definitely a donation of any kind will allow that to be prioritized. I might or might not be back on tomorrow morning, depending on how I feel, and then also what's going on with my host, since she might be released from the hospital. Um, but I will be on tomorrow night, and then on Sunday too. Sundays, for free readings, whoever I don't get through on the free readings, I do come back on later in the afternoon. But just because of my energy is so, I'm getting back feeling better. I'm not doing that on my Friday and Saturday sessions currently, at least. So, all right. So, Grace, will you get the job that you applied for? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have here the star card, which is dreams come true, and the Queen of Air is the balancing of the head and the heart. If this job is something like a dream come true, something that your heart wants, then yes. If not, then I feel like you won't get it, because you're being nudged to allow your heart and your head to have a seat at the table. Don't make, like, go for jobs and apply for jobs that make sense with just the mind, because the heart is like, I want to live, not exist. And so there's this balancing out energy that comes in here, with that. So if it's, um, if it's not something that your heart also wants, then kind of sit back and go, what makes my heart sing, makes my heart feel full, that also my mind is like, all right, yeah, we can do that. That meets our needs. It's like there's this, you know, compromise that your head and your heart come to. So if that is this job, then yes. If it's not, then I don't feel like you'll get it. I feel like you're being nudged to go in that direction where something is more along those lines, right? So that's what they have for you. Great. So many blessings to you. And then et cetera, you are up next. So your question is uh, is that Tok Lee romantically interested in you? All right, let's take a look here. Based on their current energies, are they romantically interested? I don't feel like they're romantically interested. I feel like they're physically attracted. The Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands is like passion. So they're not looking for romance. They're looking for intimacy and physical stuff, if you know what I mean. And the World card, I feel like the World card, is the ending of old cycles, the beginning of new adventures. They're not looking for anything that's restrictive and like a lion to be caged. They want adventure, they want passion, they want excitement, but they're not looking for strings attached and commitment at this time. They're just, I feel like they're just starting, leaving some old stuff, and they're just not wanting to go back to feeling caged, which they must have come from a relationship where they felt caged. So they're more interested in the adventure than emotional expression, at least in the beginning. So I don't feel like they have that romance yet because they're not even thinking that far ahead right now. They're kind of enjoying the journey, enjoying the moment, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, etc., etc. So many blessings. And then happy pill. You want to know what you need to know in here. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, none of those. All right. So you have the Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles, which is this transformation of energy from feeling like lack, feeling like abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind. And this is a transformation of this energy, the fear of these, wolves that are out there. It's interesting that they have it, but this is this change that happens here. And what you need to hear is that it's not humans that bring you what you need in each moment. It is creator, right? When we turn inward and upward and we realize the creator brings us everything we need, the love, the abundance, the fulfillment, and that humans will abandon us. When a human goes into fight or flight mode, they feel small and out of control and scared, they will abandon and they will take everything back and leave and run because I need everything for me, go into survival mode. Creator and spirit don't have that fear, they're fearless. So, they always make sure we have everything we need in each moment. Maybe not everything our ego wants, but what what we need, and even more. They like to give us more. They don't just give us bread and water. But I feel like there's a just what you need to know is that it's not the outside world that brings you things. Relationships are unstable, situations, job, education, whatever, unstable things, our bodies, bank accounts, all unstable. The only stable thing we'll find is inward and upward, which is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. And when that becomes the foundation, our relationship becomes the foundation. We build this relationship of trust. And I always usually say, right now I'm 57 years old. I've never done without everything I needed in each moment. I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here. So we definitely have this trusted relationship. And I feel like that's an important thing for you to know is that you can develop this relationship of trust with creator, that when we get scared, we can always come back to their loving protective arms that are always around us. We can just leap up into their lap and go, help. And they just embrace us and let us know everything's going to be okay, if that makes sense. So that's what I feel is the message for you right now, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. And let's take a look here. All right. So I think I answered all of those. And sorry, everyone that's coming in right now. I'm going to be leaving in about 3 minutes to spend about an hour with my Praying Mantis members. I may be back tomorrow morning for more readings. Um, it depends on, like I said, my how I feel in the morning, and then also my host. But I will hopefully be back tomorrow night, and then also on Sunday as well. Hey, Maria. I didn't get a donation that came through, so I'm sorry if you had one there. But I didn't have that, and you are a little further down here. I've got Plutonic tendencies on a general reading, and then depending, I might be able to get yours here too because you want to know what are Walter's feelings. You're up actually next up after Plutonic tendencies. So a general love reading for Plutonic tendencies. You've got the Elder of Fire, which is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a very passionate, fiery energy. It's a lot like the Emperor, which is, there's this clarity that comes in, this time of thinking. The when someone's on the throne, they have all these people around them, all these advisors that are doing the should and the supposed to and the need to and the have to and the must, all this advice, right? All this opinion. But at some point, the king or the emperor, they will decide, going, all right, clear the throne room. I'm going to decide what is it that I want, not what I think I'm supposed to want, and all these expectations around should and supposed to, need to, have to. It's you kind of just put it all to the side and you decide what it is that I want to do. And then you make a plan and then you put action behind it and go forward. I'm getting this energy that it's not about making um, finding love your hobby and your the main goal, but living your life. What makes your heart sing? And when you're doing what you love, that's when you meet someone doing what they love, and you have that thing that you love to do in common, and there's a spark that happens. So it's so important about living life, not trying to find love being, the main goal, but it's about living your passions. And in living your passions, that's where you meet that individual. So that's what's coming in for you there. Plutonic tendencies. I love that name there. All right. All right. And then Maria. So, Maria, what are Walter's feelings and thoughts of you this evening? All right. Let's take a look here. So, thoughts and feelings. So, thoughts, okay. I don't know. You always get some like this. So, there are some thoughts of compatibility and of importance of friendship or relationship that's coming in there. So, that would be their thoughts for you. And then, I'm sorry, their feelings for you, which is the two of water. And then the thoughts, they have the ace of air, the ace of swords, which is this energy of looking at things differently, gaining clarity, seeing you a little differently, which in not a bad way. It's clarity. It's seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away expectations. And I don't know. I just feel like there's something that I don't know if you guys have interacted lately, but it's like they're going, I see you a little differently, and you're not like everyone else. And I just feel like there's this thoughts and these feelings that are unfolding with that's coming in there. So that is what they have there right now for you, Maria. So glad we were able to get that one in there. And and I do have a bunch of like a handful of others, but I wasn't able to get to those this evening. I'm about to head off, like I mentioned, to go spend time with my Praying Mantis members. If you're interested, for $7.99 a month, you can become a Praying Mantis member, and you can jump in there. We read books, we do readings, we do passive readings, talk about astrology, everything like that. So if you guys are interested, you can do that. Otherwise, I might be back tomorrow morning. Like I said, depending, but definitely most likely tomorrow night for sure, and then Sunday morning as well. So if you'd like to join me then, I'd be happy to do the readings. I also offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box below, as well as my YouTube memberships if you're interested in any of that stuff. So sorry I couldn't get to everyone. I always try, but I know I'm not able to get to everyone. So thank you for your patience, and please come back. I would love to try to connect with spirit for you. But until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, hang in there. Take care of yourself. Much love to you, and we'll talk to you soon.